Good afternoon, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be over here on this platform. I must start my story, and my story dates back to the 20th century. It's not like that I was born in that century. The story revolves around my grandfather, who used to live in one of the backward villages of Bardmer. He was a small, marginalized, poor, and an illiterate farmer. He faced so many hardships during his lifetime that he realized that he will be providing quality education to his son. He ensured that all his four sons receives quality education. One of his sons became a government servant. His another son became a successful lawyer at Rajasthan High Court. My father. My father ensured that I too receive a quality better and slightly better education. And here I am as a social entrepreneur, an engineer, a teacher by heart, and an UPSC aspirant. This is one part of the story. When we look around the world, when we see the superpower of the worlds, when we see US, when we see Japan, when we see Europe, we find that every country emphasis on the education of the children and results into the superpower. None of the country of the world have become superpower without providing a quality and better education, without ensuring that each and every child in their country receives better education. But when it comes to our country, we find that more than 12 million children are out of the school. When it comes to India, we find that more than 10 million children are engaged in child labor. When it comes to India, we find that our children are begging on the nukkeds, on the road lights. When it comes to India, we find that India is home to the one third of the total children who are affected by malnourishment. When it comes to India, we find that there are many people who dies because of hunger, starvation. On the other hand, on the other hand, we aspire to become a 5 trillion US dollar economy. On the other hand, we aspire to become the world most powerful country in Asian region. On the other hand, we claims that we have the youngest population in the entire world. On the other hand, we claims we have the best IT professionals in the entire world who are working in United States of America. Keeping in mind all these aspirations and all these facts, when we look at the other side of the picture, when we find that more than 12 million students, children are out of school and are engaged in labor work, are engaged in begging, we find that in what an ironical world we are living in. We have seen the expertise of Indians in so many areas. We are also experts in producing great numbers. We are 130 CR right now, and we will be 145 CR by the end of 2025. This is not our aspiration, but we will be. That means the younger generation, the youths, needs to work on. If the youths decides, if the youths believe in their potential, if the youths believe in their power, they can change the destiny of a country, India. If the youths decides to act upon, then the destiny of this great country can be changed and India can again become a Vishwaguru. I remember during my college days, I had a great, of course, everybody is patriotic, and I had a dream that I should build something which we can actually contribute back to the society. At that time, I was highly inspired by Bhagat Singh and the freedom fighters who laid away their lives, who gave supreme sacrifice for this country so that we can see the independent dawn. On seeing all this, on realizing all this, I, along with my friends, started visiting different colleges of Jaipur, and we engaged the youth, we engaged the college students so that we all can collectively work towards the societal cause of illiteracy and to eradicate the menace of child labor. We decided to adopt one slum area, And when we went to that slum area, we found that there is a deep trust issue between the parents and the civil society and the government. The parents believed, since they have been experiencing that their children have been sex trafficked, have been kidnapped, and hence they couldn't believe on anyone. The result was they permitted us to teach their children, but only in the slum area. Finally, when we started teaching the children of those that slum, we ensured that more than 400 to 500 youngsters on a yearly basis, on a daily basis, around 10 to 20 youngsters contributed their 2 hours to teach those children. We made them our own friends, and after seeing the hard work of us for a longer period of 1 year, the parents decided, yes, we are there for changing the fortunes of them. We are here to change the fortunes of the children, and hence they permitted us to take the children outside. Finally, we came up with an idea of opening a free school where we were providing good quality education to all these children. We were providing the meals, the skills, so that we can train this childhood generation to become good citizens of our country. The same model slowly and gradually grew up and was spreaded in the entire city of Jaipur. Today, it gives me immense pleasure to inform you that we are transforming the lives of 3,000 underprivileged children who were earlier engaged into child begging and child labor. In the entire story, we have found that if we focus on building the leadership, if we focus on creating the social youth leadership, then the societal problems can be solved out. But we needs to be somewhat serious. We needs to be focused on. We needs to be realizing our potential. Then only the result which we saw in the last story can be achieved. The irony, like our leaders are discussing about eradicating the child labor, and while having a cup of tea, we are like, "Hey chotu, a cup chai lana." These ironical situations won't work. We need to be seriously dedicating ourselves in making our society and country of the dreams of the freedom fighters, Bhagat Singh, Chandrasekhar, and so many. We have seen that the people, in referring to on the money and in building organizational one, we have often seen that the people are promoting slum tourism nowadays. The tourists are coming and they are visiting the slum areas and they are looking around the poverty scenarios of our country. The people are promoting slum tourism, the people are promoting and chest beating all this around. We have seen nowadays that the people are engaged into slum tourisms. They are visiting any slum areas, they are taking the photographs, and they are claiming that yes, the change can be brought. If in such a way the things will be carried out, leave aside the change, the people will lose the trust of those people. They are the ones who have faced historical exploitation, and the result was very keen that there was a deep trust divide between the privileged society and the underprivileged society. Via our engagement with the younger generation, we have proved that the privileged community can be connected with the underprivileged community. The requirement is our keen involvement, our dedicated work, and whatever we are preaching, we need to adopt the same. Bhaiya chai lana wala chalta wala attitude won't work over here, and we need to seriously ponder upon that how we all can together contribute and make our country, our society, a better country to live in, a safer place to live in. We have realized that the same slum children to whom we are teaching, we are conducting annual functions every year, and we have seen that the same children are performing in front of the larger crowds of 1,000 to 2,000 audiences, and they are performing in a better way. the civil society members, the bureaucrats to whom we are calling and involving, they are amazed to see that the slum children have enormous talent, and yes, change can be brought if the younger generation gets involved into it. India, being the demographic dividend wala country where more than 60% of our crowd is youth, we need to push in, we need to bring in this potential of the younger generation. We need to focus on building the young leadership, then only the change can be cherished. Otherwise, there will be many sarcasms, and India will always be dreaming of making our economy of 5 trillion US dollar once, and on the other side, we will find the data of the children involved into child labor will keep on increasing and will keep on increasing. We have been focusing on empowering the slum parents. We have been preparing the women into many skills. We have been training them into stitching, into making them bags of old jeans, of recycled ones, so that if they will be empowered, if they will be employed, then their children will surely be receiving a better, a safe future and a good education. Education is key to success and is also a key of making our country a place of our dreams. Thank you so much.